Welcome to another webinar from Mentormatic. Welcome to all. In this webinar will be Andrey Kostyuk, the founder and CEO of Mentormatic, and Alki will show us how to turn actions and conversations into actions. And yeah, if you didn't, if this is your first webinar, you can watch our other webinars we did in YouTube, and we do them every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern European time, Cyprus time. And yeah, we have also an offer that we'll add also in the comments. It's good when you watch these webinars to also have a trial account of Mentormatic, so you can use the code 2M free and get a free trial account. Welcome, Andrey. But before we start, as always, let's because there's maybe people that they're new, they don't know what Mentormatic is. So tell us more about Mentormatic and Alchemy community. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Panis, and good afternoon, everyone. Those who joined not for the first time, those who joined for the first time. If you are here not for the first time, I apologize for repeating the same story once again. And about Mentormatic. So Mentormatic is a mentoring and coaching platform. It's a next generation AI native tool built by professionals for professionals. Is grounded in my academic research and my practice, and in practice and advice of people who work with us on this project. Today we will be speaking about how to turn into action mentoring and coaching conversation that you had. Last week we discussed how to set up your first session, so this is a natural, logical continuation of that conversation. Okay, so you set up the session, you have your recording of the session. So what can we do next? How we can enrich your practice, your understanding of your relationship with your client. I prepared today this video. It's based on the new functionalities, or rather extended functionalities deployed exactly this morning. Our team had deployed a second version of self-reflection journal for mentors and coaches, grounded in European Mentoring Coaching Council guidelines on self-reflection and on ethics. Yes, we all know that yesterday AMCC released the fourth version of the Code of Ethics. Obviously, it's not yet embedded in the model, so that's a homework for us to do, but we will definitely do that. So let's take a look how this all works in practice. What can you do with the recording of your session? So you click on sessions, you need to upload here a file, normal Word file with the transcript of your call, not the notes, but the verbatim transcript. So you upload it here, and it can give you an error. It happened to me today. Okay, that's just was a small glitch. Don't be discouraged. Press again, and we'll start working. You see there is a countdown. It's a generous one, and you can feel free to do other stuff. And I will use that opportunity to show you what we also deployed this week. So as you see, I'm just leaving this space and going to the manager dashboard and going to the programs. So in the programs now, we built a licensing functionality for co-managers. So now they are properly licensed as everybody else in the program. It's done like that, same as everyone else. And we built the first version of matchmaking tool as promised. So here in your mentees and coaches, you have a mentor or coach assigned. If you want to change that, if you want to switch mentor, You press it, and now the tool is working based on the Big Five assessment and gives you the match. How good you are a match for this customer, and here are the reasons for this compatibility. As you see, the match is better as it is, so we keep it this way. But now you have data to ground your matchmaking on. Okay, so let's see what happened in the self-reflection journal, and it's completed. So you check in back if it's ready, and it's ready. Let's take a look what we have here. We have self-reflection about understanding self. So you can read, you can edit that. I will just edit here and typo in my name because the tool didn't get it right. And I mark it with green. Okay, that I'm happy with this one. I'm going to the next one, commitment of self-development, read it through. And okay, if I decide I agree, I also mark it with green. So you will just do this like that. You can check the text. I think we will go through that later after this video. If you want to leave something for later, you can mark it as yellow so that you don't forget that those ones are not reviewed yet. This is the ethical considerations which I mentioned. So you can also kind of go through that, read what's here, obviously edit whether you see fit. It's your draft. AI prepared draft, you have the final word about what you self-reflect upon, what your self-reflections are. And when you've completed the task, you just need to click Save Reflection. End of story here. That's ready. So where do you find the self-reflection? In the menu, there is a specific entry for this self-reflection. It's right here. As you see, you can just click on that and go back to the same entry and edit that until you're happy. Then you can design your continuous professional development plan based on the process self-reflections. You go here, you add whatever you want to add. For example, you need to attend a webinar on this new code of ethics, for example, to understand like the new requirements to coaches and mentors better. You can set yourself a target date so that you know when you need to do that. So you cannot, depends on you. You need to give yourself some description, not to forget what that was all about. And you'll have your professional development plan entry there. So let me just reiterate once again. Here I'll pause us for a second. So just to reiterate, you see how it works now. It's fully manual now. We are, as I already described several times, we have on our roadmap an automated professional development planning. So when you have enough of those self-reflection journal entries, our AI model will develop this plan for you. Again, not a hard but a soft offer. It's up to you to decide if it's the right suggestion or not. And after that, we'll build actionable plans. We will, for each item, we will suggest you the exact activity which you can undertake to complete your learning. Okay, so moving forward, going back to the same session, there is a session note which you can do. You go directly from the session or from my notes if you wish. You can tag a mentee, obviously, or rather should tag a mentee. You can assign this to the program, and as you know, each of your mentees and coaches is in the program, so it should be there. Give a title to your note, and then you can add notes from your call. I also pause us here for a second, also reminding that in our pipeline, the automation is there. We will build, it's already in the works, that the transcripts of the calls are going directly to self-reflection journal and the notes from your call going directly to notes. That will definitely happen sooner than later, but already today, it's really not difficult to do with this copy-paste approach. So let's see how it goes. This is effectively the notes from the session. You just copy those notes. You can edit them here. You can edit them later, the way you prefer. Definitely up to you. And you just copy it here, review them, the way, if you're happy with them or not. You can share those notes with your mentee. Again, as I said, you can have as many sets of notes as you wish. You can share it with a manager or not. Click Save, and if you share it with mentee, your mentee will receive those notes to read it. And your mentee or your coachee will receive a notification, an email, that they have a new note to read. Also, you can send them the message now in the chat saying, okay, you have a note to process. Again, they will receive a notification in the mail. They will receive notification about the chat entry as well. Up to you. But I think it's a good practice, especially when you work with young people, to be more prudent about reminding. And by the way, that one with the cookies can be removed to the screen when it doesn't bother you. So now now you can do the KPI tracking. So you have a conversation with your client, and if you want to track it, you can do it this way. You select your client, you add the KPI name. We was all about self-reflection, so okay, use a self-reflection as an example, which is probably will never happen in the real life. And after that, you just need to set the progress, just for your records and for your client to understand where you are. Okay, generous with myself, 75%. And this is effectively that. This is how this process works. This is what you get. And this video is on Vimeo. We will share with you the link to our resources on Vimeo. We have a special folder here, Mentormatic tutorials, when we have everything about registration. And now we'll be posting more videos about how to use specific functionalities of the platform. So what I would suggest to do now is to review in a greater detail what was the self-reflection journal about. So if we go here, same as we've seen in the videos, and we are also changing the visuals here, so you'll have the full page view of an active window, I think next Monday. So first, you see there are positive cues. For you, you need to read it. Again, if you like it or not, it's about how you understand self as a mentor or a coach. Developmental cues, when our model suggests you what you could do. So in that particular case, better managed behaviors. If you see that it's quite detailed. And then it goes like that through this. You have your positive cues, when you can, say, okay, did a good job, and developmental cues. And you see, it's always kind of understands what you did and what you could do better. Like self-defined struggle with not rushing to solution manifested itself. That's a good example. You can think about it and agree or disagree with this opinion. You can consider that conversation with your supervisor if you wish. At the same time, I think we will be deploying the supervisor role in the platform before summer. So I think it will be here, maybe even sooner. So going forward, how you manage the contract. So what was about managing the contract? Okay, contracting elements were addressed. Initial transition felt less fluid than desired. So okay, check it there, and My point is, okay, building relationship. My point is that you can see how kind of many things that are right here to process and to remember and to build upon. And that's why we believe that our professional development plan tool will be a real help, because this model is objective. It doesn't have, any attitude towards you. It's just grounded in the best practice and in the documents of the professional associations which guide our practices. Also, a little bit later, we will build a separate model for ICF qualifications, ICF criteria. It's, as you know, significantly different from AMCC, and we will address that. So you will be able to have both sets of self-reflections out of the same conversation. If you need it for yourself, if you need it for your credentialing purposes, for whatever reason you need it, you will have it. So as you see, it's, in our opinion, is quite a powerful tool to enhance your practice. One of them, again, using of model and techniques, and so we are working on that to train the model on more and more models and techniques and coaching and mentoring, so that it recognizes this continuously better. And yes, finally, you have evaluation and ethics. So ethics will also be expanded, as I said, in terms of addressing the recent developments in the new AMCC Code of Ethics. So this is it about self-reflection, about professional development plan, and other tools which you can use post-session, such as notes, KPI tracker, and even chat. And I think it's more or less that which I wanted to show today, and I'll be happy to take questions if any.
Great. Implementing AI. It's always good.
Yeah, trained AI model is always better than general AI. That's also a rule of thumb.
Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Yeah. I want to remind you here that you can use the code 2M free to get a 2 months free trial to test the platform. And we do our next webinar will be next Tuesday, same hour. You can find all the events in LinkedIn, register to get the notifications. And what I will be showing Andrey in the next webinar.
Yes. First of all, I'm sharing with you, Panis, to share with others the link to the folder in Vimeo, so that our viewers can visit that once again if they feel that it's necessary. Speaking of the next one, let's take a look on our events. It's right here. So for next Thursday, we have the supporting tools, which makes life easier. So we will speak about further developments and further tools that we are using. We will speak about our development plans. I won't be kind of spoiling the experience for the next Tuesday, but we have quite extensive ideas how to enrich everybody's practice with more and more relevant data, so that we make coaching and mentoring a data-driven profession. Like less hunches, more data.
The Vimeo link, what includes tutorials?
Yes, that's tutorials on Vimeo. And in this folder, we will be like posting more and more tutorials as they are ready.
Okay, I'm
Once
adding
again,
I'm adding the video link in the comments of the event of the LinkedIn.
it's now in the comments here in our studio. Yes, you can just repost it.
Sorry.
It's in the comments on our studio. If you can repost it to LinkedIn, that would be great. Yes.
Yeah. And we will add it also when we upload the session in our YouTube channel.
Of course, again, the code is 2 free. So if you want to play with the tool, if somebody had registered, so you can just take any conversation that you have with your clients and just process that. It's up to you to which conversation, how long it is, whatever you want to do, it's possible. Now it's a very stable version of self-reflection journal, and I promise you'll find this experience interesting. At least I did, and I still do. Each time I process this conversation, it gives me very useful hints.
Okay. Okay, we don't have any questions, so feel free to contact us if you see when you watch this video. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for attending, and looking forward to see you next Tuesday.